What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Hands-On channel. I'm out here in the deep woods today looking for morel mushrooms. And if you don't know, usually the first or second week of April in my area, so the way I look at it is about the time that you're panicking to get your taxes done to pay the government for things you don't approve of. That's about the time you're supposed to be going out looking for morel mushrooms. So I thought I'd bring you guys out here in the deep woods with me and show you kind of my technique on how to find them. First of all, if you just scan around, you might see that one right there. It's pretty obvious. That one that's over there, kind of down in that ditch right there. There's another one right here in front of us. But the best way to find these things is to get down on their level. Because once you're down on their level, then you can kind of see them standing up. And I don't know if you're going to see those over there. Let me zoom in. There's some more right there. I saw another one over there somewhere. I don't see it now, but there may be a tree blocking our way. But the point is if you get down like this, I just spotted a third one right over there. Let's see, right there. So if you kind of get down like this, also the sun, see how the sun is shining on that one? It'll kind of tell you and give you a clue of where you need to start looking. And usually when I find a cluster, that's pretty close to a guarantee that you're going to find more of them around that same area. So one of the things I look for here on my property is sandy type soil. I don't ever find any growing in clay or hard packed rocky soil. It's always sandy or loam like this. Let me show you here. But see how this soil is, there is some clay to it, but it's mostly soft. And for whatever reason, in my area, these cedar trees just create the perfect canopy for these morels to grow. So just wanted to give you guys a couple of tips here. We're going to make a short video because, man, I love morel mushrooms. So I'm going to be out here for the rest of the afternoon picking these. And just as I scan around, I spotted another one way over there. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera or not, but you can see that sun glistening off of it. So certain times of the day are the best times. Like, you know, right now it's probably about 5 o'clock, so the sun's starting to get a little bit lower in the sky at an angle. And so because of that, it comes through the trees a little better and gives me a better chance of spotting these morels. So we'll just walk around here for a minute or two while I'm finding more of them. But you can see here so far, here's my bag full so far today. I don't have a whole bunch. I got about 10 or 12 of them in there, I'd say. And I'm not going to pick them all because I want my wife to be able to come over here and help me out. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt. It's a whole lot of fun to do this. If you've got kids that you're raising, you know, as homestead kids, this is one of those things that just, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's like an Easter egg hunt. And of course, we're close to Easter right now, so let's just walk around and see if we can see any more of them. Most of the time, they're kind of a tannish, yellowish color like those ones you saw in the bag. But on occasion, you'll get some that are a little darker and harder to see. There's one right there. And although that's a small one, and I'm going to let that go. I'm going to leave that there. There's another one right there. There were a couple of more out this direction, but they were all pretty small. So I'm going to leave those smaller ones and come back here over the weekend with my wife, and we'll pick the rest of them at that point. That'll give them a little bit more chance to get a little bigger. But yeah, basically when the buds start forming on the trees and stuff like that, you start seeing things flowering and things, that's the time that you need to go out and start morel mushroom hunting. And it doesn't last very long. Once it gets hot, it's over. So you have kind of a short window, usually about a 2-week period, from my experience in my area, where you can go out and hunt morel. So I'm gonna have to be careful not to step on these as I'm going through, because I want to save these for when my wife comes back over here with me. But yeah, for some reason, I find more morels underneath these cedar trees than any other tree. And so I know there was another one. Hopefully I didn't step on him. Just looking around and scanning. And again, I'll get low like that, and that will increase my chances of finding them, you know, like quite a bit. There's one right there. I don't know if you guys can spot that one or not. It's kind of right in that area. It's a pretty small one, and it's kind of a tannish color, but once you see that pattern, that brainy sort of pattern that these morels have, at least for me, once I spot one, it's a lot easier for me to spot multiple others. Here's another one right here. And again, I'm just trying to watch my step because I don't want to step on one. There's one right there. And another one right there. And again, these aren't the biggest ones. I've seen some that are quite a bit bigger. And when I see the big ones, I pick those. There's another one right there. So, knowing the right places to go, looking for the right kind of soil is going to be key. So you're looking for, at least my experience, it's sandier, loamier soil. I see two more way over there, but I doubt you guys are going to see them. They're just all over the place in this little cedar forest here. So look around under heavily shaded trees. It doesn't necessarily have to be cedars, but the cedars, because they put off this kind of leaf litter here, let me pan back out. It keeps a lot of the other leaves at bay, you know, so you notice there's not a ton of leaves like this all around, and that makes it harder to spot when they're in leaves like that. But when they're on this cedar litter here, it's a lot easier for you to find them, or at least that's the way it's worked out for me and my wife and my friends when I bring them over here. It's a heck of a lot of fun, guys. Go out there and find yourself some morel mushrooms. They taste so good. I mean, so good. You won't believe it. You fry them up in a little butter, put a little garlic on there with them. Oh man, they're good. Also, they're good like on top of steaks and things like that. Anything else that if you like normal mushrooms, you're gonna love these morel mushrooms. They're just awesome. And if you've got a friend that's got land, or if you've got some land yourself, you can probably go out there and find them. But you do need some forested area like this. So it helps me a lot to get out here and just spend time in the woods, my favorite place. Finding wild edibles like this. It's just one of those things that's just freaking magical, guys. So check it out. Get out into your local woods and find some morel mushrooms. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next time.